We know. We know.
Real quick, I got another story that Danny needs to address quickly. I'm just gonna mention the name, Mr. Flood.
Oh my god.
Anybody doesn't know Mr. Flood? Actually, me and Billy Dougal. Do you know Mr. Flood?
Yeah, he had like a big ass beard, white
Yes,
guy, teacher.
correct. And for us, me, Dougal, and Billy, he was a substitute teacher who was the coolest guy. Billy, am I wrong? He was mad cool, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Typical Billy.
abused
Typical
the fuck
Billy.
out of him.
You got to be a fucking jerk off. You
Well, no,
really,
just abused it. I was really nasty to him. Like I abused
all right.
him because he.
because he was so nice.
You know,
The class
And I
was.
was a real jerk off in high school, man.
No, it was junior high, but you're
high.
100% right. You were probably a jerk, and I was too. Because he was so nice, he let us get away with everything. 100%, you're right.
So that sets up the preamble for Dan. What do you know about Mr.
What do you know about Mr. Flood?
Hey, you're
So
a
obviously,
terrible host. Man.
this was a smart person's class because Mikey Trinos was in it with me,
Touche.
and it was politics and art and religion. And
But normally you would have been in the Rudy Lugo class, right?
most of the time I was in the Rudy Lugo classes. Yeah, it depends. It depends. Only the subjects that we really needed to pass. You know. So
Yeah.
which was great. I had Dr. Positano. He was amazing. I don't know if you guys knew Dr.
I don't
Pos.
know.
Yeah, no one really knew Dr. Pos outside of the Reach program. Because he only taught the really, really smart classes and the really, really dumb classes.
There's no in between?
Right. So it was like only the E1s like Mikey Trinos got taught by, and me, Reach program. You know, Reach for the Stars. I don't even know if they still have Reach in Savannah. I'm sure
They
they
have
do.
girls
Rest
now.
in peace, Charlie Camp Dirk, a Reach program veteran,
You know Charlie.
right there.
Yeah, Charlie, yeah. Charlie used to
died.
throw batteries from the back of the class.
He
like
did
this.
a lot
Yeah,
of
he's
things.
dead.
Yeah.
He did a lot of things, Charlie. Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
Charlie was good. I'll tell you, off.
Rip.
That's his tag.
Rip.
Bill, remember when he wrestled you in Staten Island?
No,
You guys
that
had like
was
an ongoing wrestling match between Staten Island. We get on the bus back to Brooklyn.
Staten Island, and we wrestled in the churchyard again.
Right.
Dan,
It
I
was
don't know if
going
you know that Charlie was like a divisional, like county champion wrestler.
I remember he used to wrestle for Savarian.
Right, but he was like in the 122-pound weight class. And at this point, I was like 195 pounds. And I'm thinking that he was gonna like out wrestle me, and I don't think there was a result because like he put me in like some kind of leg thing around my neck, like we were on the floor and he wrapped his legs around my neck, and I just like stood up, and I just kept smashing his skull off the floor like repeatedly. To his credit, he never let go. He did not let go. So I don't really know what they ended up calling it. I think they called it a victory for Charlie, you know. So credit to him. But that was a really weird. That was the same day he like verbally assaulted a black woman in the parking lot at a New Dorp football game. You remember that, Dougal?
It was a whole thing. Yeah, we started out at a fucking high school game in Staten Island. Then we make our way onto the bus over the bridge, and he was beefing with you, Bill, and it turns into like a wrestling match between Staten Island and into Bay Ridge. It was a whole thing.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so Mr. Flood, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Mr. Flood.
Politics and religion and art.
Politics,
Art
religion, and art.
Politics and art and religion.
All should go together.
So, all right. So it's the last day of school, right? Like I'm going. It's our junior year. It's our last day, last class of the last day of school. The bell is getting ready to. We have not. This was the wash-up day, like the wash-up period. Like you're not doing any. We didn't do anything. We didn't do a thing. The whole class. It was just hanging out. Seniors are driving around honking their horns like idiots, you know. So I had a paper ball in my hand that I had no intention of throwing out the window.
I want to just say, Mikey Trinos reiterated he had zero intention of throwing this ball out the window. None. Mikey Trinos said that. Honest as could be, Mikey Trinos said he had no intention.
I was just looking out the window.
Now everybody knows how smart of a class this is. That Mikey Trinos was able to telepathically know what.
No,
Danny's
because he saw
intent
that I
with
was
his
just
paper
kind of hanging out, looking out the window at all the seniors driving by, you know. But when he called me out, he was kind of loud about it.
Explain how he called you out, because the viewers don't know.
I don't really remember the exact words or anything now.
What was that, Bill?
No, paraphrase it. Paraphrase it with an
No, it
impersonation.
was just like, don't you throw that out the window, you know?
So hold on. So let me play this out real quick.
Give him a second. Jesus,
You and Mikey
shut the
Trinos are
fuck
hanging
up.
out in the room.
No, the whole class.
Oh, it's the whole class.
It's the whole class.
Okay, the way I hired it was you and Mikey. It's the whole class.
It's the whole class. Yeah.
The whole class
The
is hanging-
last day of this, now because of the 8-day schedule and things move around, it happens to be the last period of the last day of school. The bell's gonna ring. School's out for summer. You know,
Literally done.
Literally done. Right.
I didn't hear that part. This gets even
Yeah.
worse for Mr. Flood.
So he kind of yells at me, and I'm like, damn, he called me out in front of everybody. So I was like, I'm not going to throw it out the window. And he was like, give me that paper ball. You know, and I took it and I ripped it in half, and I only gave him half of it. Right? So I don't know why I was
Nah, it was a kid. Listen,
yeah, I was
bro.
super immature, bro.
Billy,
Super
hold
immature.
on. Billy, would you have done
Mr. Flood, if you listen to him, I apologize
Oh, yeah.
for the whole day, right?
Billy, how would you
No,
have
that-
reacted?
No, that's actually a very Billy move right there in high
Yeah,
school.
100%.
That's very Billy.
In
Very
hi-
Billy.
You
Yeah,
can't- you
I'm
don't-
with you, Dan.
Don't apologize, Phil. You're a
yeah.
young kid, man.
So, shit happens or whatever, and he gets all pissed off now, and he's like, go to the dean's office or whatever. And as I'm walking out, I kind of like, move the desk out. I didn't throw the desk. I just kind of moved it a little bit, and I was like, all right, and I'm out of here. And I opened the door, and I closed the door behind me, and I walked 3 steps down the hallway, and boom, the bell goes off for the end of the school year. Fuck going to the dean's office. I'm out of here. Right? Who's gonna call me on that? Mr. Flood goes straight to the dean's office to see if I'm there.
Oh,
You know?
what a bitch.
So then he writes this scathing letter, and I get a call at like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, saying you have to come back to school with your dad, and they want to talk to you. They're not going to let you pitch in Shea Stadium in the city championship now. Wow. And Coach Canale had to come, and everybody was there, and he had to tell them like, it's not fair to the team, one of those things, And
White privilege.
yeah, and I end up getting suspended. I end up getting suspended for the whole fall season the next year.
The preseason to the regular
whatever
season.
it is. Yeah, the fall
Whatever,
season.
spring, fall, whatever.
When you first show up to school, it's fall, right?
Fall, yeah, fall
So
season.
you play that small little fall
7
season.
games or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like all in the exhibition, whatever. So I couldn't play in any of those in my senior year or whatever, but it was all good.
That was it? That was yours?
But I had to go up, and he wrote this huge scathing letter that kind of exaggerated a little bit, and I couldn't really defend myself. They didn't want to hear a word out of me.
Now, let me ask you, Billy, do you think Flood was right in any regard?
No, fuck that guy, man.
Dougal, do you think Flood was right in any regards?
No, go home.
You know
Your
who's
job is over. The year's over.
And I'll be honest.
You're still going to get paid in
the
2
dean
weeks.
is a prick too. The dean is a prick too. Let me tell you something, because if let's just say I'm the dean, right? The bell rings, like I'm thinking about Italian ices,
Right,
girls in
pizza,
bikinis
yeah.
on the island. Here comes this bearded fucking creep. Like, this guy
Yeah,
threw a
what was
paper
his
ball.
name?
He only gave me half of it. I don't ever want him to play baseball again. And I'm the dean. I'm like, suck a fat one, bro. Get the fuck out of here. I'll
Yeah.
talk to you in September about this, you weirdo.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what?
Well, obviously, I was coming back for summer school, so it wasn't like my school year was ending. Come on. You had plenty of time in the summer to get me.
Now,
Yeah,
the way I heard it was, and again, it was obviously wrong. I'm going to go with your interpretation on it. You ended up throwing the.
The last half of piece of paper.
Hold on, Bill, real quick. Daddy failed to mention this part.
Right. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I did I didn't throw it at. He was thinking that I'm gonna fire this at somebody that's walking by, right? But no, at that point it was just like, I'm out of here, and here goes the paper, and then boom.
Where'd you throw the paper?
I threw the paper out the window.
Out the window.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
It just happened to be a window there. You didn't
there
put
was
the
plenty
window
of
there.
They were wall-to-wall windows, and they opened up with no screens. It was no screens, no cages. I could have jumped out. I could have fell out. It was actually kind of dangerous. Now that I look back at it.
He actually brought up a hazard for severity in
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah.
Actually, nicely done, man.
But might as well have just walked into the classroom and said, Dan, do me a favor, throw that paper out the window for me. That's what he might as well have done at that point.
They were
you surround
more-
a kid with paper. What the fuck?
They were more upset about that situation when I threw a piece of paper out the window than when 2 kids that dressed up in Severian school uniforms came in and jumped my older brother in the middle of a classroom. That was the dean's class.